Boom, Rudy.
Boom!
Boom, boom, my friend. How are you this beautiful Thursday afternoon?
It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon here in New York City, bro. It's a beautiful Thursday. I'm just gonna do a watch party right now.
You go for it. Boy, you look
Because
sharp. I've got my latest boom gear on, and you look like you're ready to go out and conquer the world.
man, it's a beautiful day. We
It
we
is
are
a beautiful
we
day.
are living we are living the whole. The life we're living right now. It's just amazing because we're seeing the potential in the opportunity that we are. I
Exactly.
know before we jump on the call, you and I were just talking about the whole opportunities being here.
Right. Right.
Being here, and let's just jump on the call today, man.
Let's do it. You said something right before we went live that really I think is what's powerful.
Right.
What we do here in iboomerang is not just about giving out, something free or trying to share with someone this powerful business model that we have.
Right.
It truly is value, adding value to someone's life, adding value to
Absolutely.
someone's day. And if that's one thing we do, we've accomplished our mission.
Absolutely. The whole thing about value adding, the whole thing about adding value, that's what it's all about, right? Because I
Exactly.
wouldn't even want to have a relationship with somebody who doesn't add value to my life. It
Right.
just doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, we're both looking at opportunities in our life. We're both looking at what can I do to change my life? What can I do to take my life to the next level? Or what is it that's happening in my
Right.
life? You know?
Exactly. Exactly. And speaking of adding value, we need to add value to one person's life right now and give a huge happy birthday shout out to our
I
CEO,
know.
Holton Bugs.
Husband
Happy
Bugs.
birthday, Mr. Bugs.
Happy
Boom.
birthday, Mr. Bugs. Boom, 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 boom. I got the text message this morning. I was like, what? I said, I'm just gonna put this right now on my Instagram page, and we send that out there going. And it's been amazing, man. And can you believe it? We just hit 12,000 followers on Instagram.
12,000 followers on Instagram. You and I have over
Wow.
300 right now on our little thing. I mean, it's
Wow.
crazy how this thing is becoming more than viral. It's becoming household name. It's becoming the
Absolutely.
new normal.
Absolutely. 12,000 followers. And we just started paying attention to Instagram just a couple of weeks ago.
Right. Right.
Oh my goodness.
Right. It is absolutely crazy. Back to that value add. Mr. Bugs today on his birthday, rather than us giving him something, he's
Right.
giving us something. We got an incentive today to sign someone up on his birthday.
Man, talking about a gift, actually, talking about a
Yeah.
gift that he's giving back to us.
Right.
It's just like I saw this. I saw this on the morning call. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yes.
Like 50% in addition to what we already have.
Right. For one day.
That's crazy. One
That
day. That's crazy, man. That's super, super crazy.
that tells you the type of person he is and the type of person he wants to attract. He wants to
Absolutely.
attract someone who appreciates that and sees that, and that's really what we're all about here.
Right. He's attracting those people, and guess what? We are all so excited because we're seeing ourselves being in this opportunity, and we just can't wait to have somebody who says, you know what, I want to do something in my life. I want to make a change, and I'm taking action. So
Yeah.
excited because we're seeing ourselves being in this opportunity, and we just can't wait to have somebody. Can you hear me? You know what?
Exactly.
I want to do something in my life. I want to make a change, and I'm taking action.
Yeah. Hang on. We have a little bit of a technical difficulty. They're saying there's no sound on some pages. I've got sound on my Facebook page right now. I hear you live, Rudy, so I'm not sure what may be happening. So bear with us, folks. For sure, we'll have a recording of this out very soon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Let's do that.
Let's keep going. And one of the things that we talked about, and you sent me a message this morning, and it deals with the whole idea of getting rich.
Right.
And some people say, I've tried to get rich using the slow method, but it's not working. And we're now in the Uber method.
Absolutely. Talking about an Uber method, I love the way Mr. Edwin Hayes always says, he said,
Mhm.
this is your Uber moment.
Right. This is your Uber moment. That's exactly right.
Because you're almost never going to have this opportunity again.
Right. Right. Exactly. What we are part of right now will probably never come our way again. Especially, it won't come our way like we see it right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it wouldn't, because looking at the opportunity that we have, right? We
Right.
have so many. We have the opportunity right here. We have family. We have friends. We have people who
Mhm.
are out there.
Right.
You know, we have the lives of people that we're impacting.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
it's just about the value that we're adding in the lives of other people. And
Hmm.
now I'm looking at it. I'm thinking to myself like, wow, what is it that we are? You know, like how much value, like how much impact am I creating in the life of somebody else out there?
Hmm. Exactly. You know, I was thinking about what you said. I was thinking about the call this morning, talking about that people are living in a W-2 world, and what that
Right,
means is that
right,
a W-2 is what we use here in the States. We talk about income tax. You know, that's your salary, that's your hourly rate, and that a W-2 world means if you need more money, you go out and get a second job, or you work overtime. It's all tied to that.
right,
I
right,
think about that. I remember being back in graduate school, and the guy who was the head of our department told me, he said his generation was, you got a job, you worked for 30 years, you got the watch, you retired, you went home. He looked
right.
at me and said, your generation is going to be, you're going to probably change careers 4 to 5 times
Absolutely,
in your career. And I thought that
absolutely.
he's right. I've done that. And your generation, Rudy, your generation is the non W-2. You see things differently. We're in what's called a gig world now. So
Right,
that you look at things such as ibüümerang and you realize that's how I create substantial income. That's how I create the life I deserve and the life I desire.
absolutely, man. I mean, talking about W-2 life, right?
Mhm.
That got me thinking about something else, because now I'm somebody say, you know, I really want to make extra money. You know, I want to make more money. I want to do more of this. I want to do more of that. But guess what's happening?
Mhm.
We are actually getting, like you said, overtime.
Right.
You're getting overtime. You're getting a second job. You're going to school. You're going to get a higher degree so you can get a better job. But guess what?
That's right.
You're still working. You're still on a W-2, right?
Exactly.
So there's always a cap. There's always a cap to it, which means you can never go above that cap.
That's right.
So
That's right.
so why don't we kind of, and our generation is creating the possibility of something where, of an environment where we have no limits.
Exactly.
But
I mean,
guess what? Guess what? It will only have limits to people who take inaction, you know?
that's right.
Because
That's
you have no limit, that's fine. Like we're happy it has no limit, but you can do whatever you want. But guess what? How many people are gonna take action to change that?
absolutely. You know, the only limits that you really have are limits that you place on yourself.
Absolutely.
That's all
Right.
you really have. And you know, the greatest detriment to action is inaction.
Correct.
And unless you're and you know, you can dream about it all day long, but until you begin to take action, it's just a dream.
Correct. I read a post this morning. I read somebody said everybody wants a better life,
Right?
right? That's what we all dream about. That's the reason why we go to work. That's the reason why we do overtime. That's the reason why we want a nice car. That's the reason why we have. That's some of the reasons why we wake up in the morning, because we want something better than what we have.
Right. Right.
But guess what? We still do the same damn thing
That's
like
right.
we already did.
That's right.
So how will you ever think that that's gonna change? How will you ever think that something's gonna change if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result?
And isn't that the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and getting the same
I didn't want to
result.
say that. I didn't want to. I wanted you to say that.
But it is. That's the definition of insanity. You know, and it's kind of like I grew up watching the Roadrunner cartoons, you know, and the
Right,
coyote. The coyote never caught the Roadrunner, but he kept after it. He kept doing the same
right,
thing. He was going insane. That's kind of how we are in our lives right now. You have to ask yourself, are you the Roadrunner or are you the coyote? Who are you?
right, right. I mean, you really got to look.
Hmm.
You really got to look, because I mean, everybody wants something better, right?
Exactly.
We all want a better life. I want to drive a new car. I want to do this. I mean, people who have drive new cars, I mean, they're driving a new car, but still, you still want something better.
Right.
You know, you still want something better. But at the end of the day, you're looking at your life. You're really looking at it like, okay,
Mhm.
I want something more. Like,
Right.
what extra step am I taking?
Hmm.
One of my friends said to me, he said, I don't travel. I mean, I see your business opportunity. I don't travel, but I don't think it's in for me.
Yeah.
I said, hold on. I just want you to understand, we are not a travel company.
Right. That's right.
Moreover, what is it that is not for you?
That's right.
You know, you can't really categorize yourself and say this is not for me. Like, what right do you have to choose what is in for you or not?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly right. You know, yesterday, as soon as the call was over, I got an instant message, and it was from a guy named David in Nigeria.
Wow.
And he was watching us yesterday. And so, David, if you're watching today, shout out to you, my brother.
Shout out to David.
Yes. And he was talking about, what he envisions as his future life. And he sees what the iboomerang does. And because of the economic situation, he has different challenges than we do here.
Right.
So I sent him a boomerang. He immediately went out, activated it, and he can see all the things out there. And you're right, it's not just travel. There's so much more out there. But bigger than that, it's about the vision. You may not travel, but I bet you know some people that do, and some
Of
people that
course.
can benefit from it.
I mean, look at travel itself,
Yeah,
right? Look at travel itself. Like, who doesn't travel?
exactly.
Who doesn't travel? Our generation, like
Mhm.
our time right now, is the travel generation. Which
It is.
means we have so much desire. Here in my office, I see a lot of my coworkers. Everybody's thinking about going somewhere.
Right,
Everybody's looking for an opportunity to explore something. Everybody's looking for an opportunity to go somewhere and do something different.
right. The
Right.
most the most Googled time of travel happens between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. That's when people are Googling travel. It's when
Travel.
you're at work. So people
No,
are
that's
thinking
what
about that.
that's what Mr. E said on Tuesday night. He said, do you want to know the secret? The secret is everybody clicks on the highest time where travel is being searched on Google is
Mhm.
when people are at work between 9 to 5. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
amazing.
And already, I mean, yesterday I heard on the television and I heard on NPR that right now is the time to buy and book your holiday travel because the
Right.
closer we get, the more expensive it's going to become.
Absolutely.
Travel industries watch that. The airlines watch that, and they know when to up the price. They know
Right.
when you're going to be, the prime time is to buy something. And
Right.
that's something that our boomerang knows. We know that too. And we get notification ahead of time saying, hey, here's a special deal for you. Check this out.
Right. I mean, absolutely. Because look at that, right? We are serving our customers.
Right.
And guess what? The customers are super excited. They're
Exactly.
happy. They're happy.
You know, and,
You know? Yes.
and all I want to ask is this, does anyone have one of these? If anyone has one of these, guess what? Before the end of the year, they can be your customer. And every time they pay their Boom Mobile bill, you're going to get compensation.
Exactly. You get compensated. You get paid every time somebody pays their mobile bill. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to mention when this person actually takes a ride because
Exactly.
they're always gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They're always gonna do. I had a conversation with an Uber driver the other day, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"I said we are creating an environment which is gonna disrupt what Uber is doing." He said, "What? Disrupt Uber? Get off my Uber!" So that was a funny moment because he said, "If you're gonna take away Uber from me, then you might as well get out of my car." I
Right.
said, "Listen, we are changing everything. Before Uber came, what were you doing?
Right.
Before Uber came, what were you doing in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Or before you started riding on Uber or became an Uber driver, what were you doing?" He said he was working in the warehouse. I said, "Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
You thought that was an upgrade, right? You
Right.
feel better about doing Uber. But
Mm-hmm.
now there's another opportunity which is actually coming in to disrupt what Uber already has. Because Uber right now is a
Mm-hmm.
monopoly.
It is. Yep.
You know, some people even have Lyft on their phone and they call it Uber.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So,
That's right.
so, so now, what will it be, or what difference will it make for us to actually create something that's going to be a competition to increase earning share for you as a driver? He
Mm-hmm.
said, "What? When is that happening? Let me
Mm-hmm.
know when it's happening." I said, "It's
Right.
happening right now."
Mhm.
You can have my business card.
Mhm.
Check out this presentation. Let's have a
Right.
conversation.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it's all about. I heard Mr. Bernstein just a few minutes ago on the daily watch party that
Right.
iboomerang does talk about that, and he said, Vibe the drivers are going to be able to build their business with other drivers, and that driver's driver, and that driver's
Right.
driver, and they'll be
Right.
compensated based on that, and they're not even part of the TSA, but because you or I or anyone introduce that driver to Vibe,
Right.
we get rewarded as well. It's absolutely
Absolutely.
amazing what's being created.
I was in MD over the weekend.
Right.
This Uber driver. So in our conversation, I mean, he was so excited. He saw this opportunity. He was super excited. He said, "Give me your business card. Give me 10 of your business cards. I'm going to give it to my friends."
I love it.
He said, "Give me 10 of your business cards." I said, "Give me more." I said,
Mhm.
"Well, I just ran out of business cards right now in my wallet."
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I'm going to give it to all of my friends because we're looking for something."
Yes.
I said, "So, when he said we're looking for something, that got me thinking,
That's right.
right?
Mhm.
People are always looking
Mhm.
for something more."
That's exactly right. And after being in Vegas and taking Ubers everywhere we went, I took had a horrible experience with a taxi cab getting to the airport here from the house, and then took a taxi from the airport to Excalibur Resort, and then after
Right.
that, I took Ubers everywhere.
Right.
You know what? Just the fact you're getting into a very nice car that someone owns and has pride in,
Right.
as opposed to an old car that has a fence between you and the front driver.
Right.
Just that piece of it, and it's engaging because they have ownership. That is
Correct.
their car. That's what we're
Correct.
doing with Vibe. That's what Mr. Bugs has created with iboomerang. We all have ownership in what we're doing, and we feel appreciated for what we're doing.
Yeah, talking about ownership. Talking about ownership, this is actually an opportunity. I was speaking to somebody on LinkedIn this morning, and he said he's a business owner. I said, "Great.
Mhm.
You call yourself a business owner on LinkedIn. Do you own the company where you work at?" He
Yes.
said, "No." I said, "But why do you call yourself a business owner?"
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Well, I just want to." I said, "So I can see you have the possibility. I mean, you're creating a possibility of actually becoming a business owner, which is great,
Right. Right.
which is great. But if you don't own any business, there is an opportunity for you.
That's right.
There's an opportunity for it. Like, people are always looking for something different. People
They
are
are.
always looking for something different. So we, as ambassadors, like what we're doing right now, we're adding value and creating a new possibility for other people.
Well, exactly. And that value add is part of that boomerang, because when we tossed out that value add, guess
Right.
what? The value add comes back to us as well.
Absolutely. And not just to us. Guess what? A kid is being fed every time a boomerang is
I know.
activated.
I love that. Every
You
time
know,
someone activates a boomerang, we have a meal of nutrition that's being served to an underprivileged child somewhere.
Absolutely. I was having a conversation with Nelson from Jersey
Hmm.
yesterday. So he said, "Okay, so how does it work? Do the customer have to pay for it?" I said, "No."
Nope.
"How often do they have to use it?" "Lifetime." He
Hmm.
said, "What?
Hmm.
Will they always gonna get these discounts?" I said, "Yes." He was like, "Man, are you serious?" I said,
Hmm.
"Yes." So I mean, he was blown away.
Right.
He was blown away with the technology. He said, "But how does it even work?"
Exactly. And on top of that, because of who we associate with Extreme Travel and Laurie Spears and David Manning over in
Right.
Extreme Travel, they put together special trips, special excursions, special things for families that's just for iboomerang customers.
Right.
I mean, we're talking pennies on the dollar to be able to travel to some of these resort areas. And they put that together as an experience for people.
Man, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to all these places, having
Hmm.
all this fun for pennies of a dollar, like you said. But looking
Right,
at somebody who is out there, somebody who's out there looking at different opportunities, because like we just said, people are always looking for something, right?
right, right,
For somebody who's watching this video right now, somebody's thinking like, what are these guys actually talking about?
right.
So I know we have a lot of guests who we're planning to bring up this weekend. I'm
I
just fired
can't
up
wait
about this
till
guest.
Saturday. It's gonna be off the chart Saturday.
I can't wait to also have Mr. Troy and Silas King. Man, I mean, we're super excited to have you guys. But you
Yeah.
know, I'm thinking about somebody who's watching this, right?
Mhm.
And he or she's thinking to himself, like, what's this business all about? What's this iboomerang thing? You
Mhm.
know, what's this about? Go for it, man.
I say iboomerang is unlike anything you've seen before.
Right.
The closest analogy I can give you is iboomerang is like Amazon when all Amazon did was sell books.
Right.
And look at Amazon today. That's where we are. Travel is and always will be our flagship of our company, but we're already so much more than that. We've already announced we're adding that Boom mobile cellular service. We're adding VibeRide, a ride share that responds to the customer's needs, so that like a lady traveling alone can request a female driver.
Absolutely.
That doesn't
Absolutely.
happen right now. You know, someone that speaks only French can request a French speaking driver.
Right.
Yes. So I mean, those are things that's already being built into this. So it's very different. We are a technology company that is using the power of artificial intelligence to determine what it is you want and deliver it back to you.
Absolutely, man. I mean, absolutely. So, you know, I'm thinking about Prit, right?
Mhm.
I'm thinking about Prit and the technology implanted in Prit.
Right.
Because when I think about Prit, I'm thinking about something, a tool, which is gonna go out there
Right.
viral.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine how viral Prit is gonna go on social media.
Oh, huge, because I mean, Apple has Siri,
Right.
Amazon has Alexa. We have, and my Alexa just came on when I said that. We have PRIB, and PRIB is an acronym for Perpetual Residual Income Builder, but it also is going to be something you can interact with and say, hey, PRIB, I need to go to New York today. What's my best route? What flights are available? And it will
Wow.
only provide it for you. It will give you the best deal. It will tell you what's out there. When you get there, there'll be a vibe ride waiting for you. I mean, that's what's coming down the pike here. Just
I mean, I can only see the possibility of somebody, a
Mhm.
business owner just like you and I. How
Right.
can people actually help us build our business? Because I mean, there's nothing like it.
Nothing like, I mean, here myself, you know, I've given out over 100 boomerangs.
Right.
The average is that, you know, a customer saves about $600 on their travel, and that's just only one part of what we do. If they save $600, I get $300 of that in commission. Multiply that times 100 boomerangs, there's $30,000. And what I do, I gave someone something. That's all I did.
Wow.
It was like going to a birthday party and giving someone a gift and go back home and a year later, $30,000. I mean, that as simplistic as that sounds, that is the model. That is what we do.
Wow. I love the technology, man. I mean, and
I
I just love the commitment.
do
You
too.
know, I love the commitment that we are
Mhm.
to change lives. The
Exactly.
commitment to impact different people's lives, the commitment to, you know, to enhance people's lives, the commitment to show people, to expose them to different opportunities.
Right.
I just love that.
It's that value add. That's exactly
Value
what.
added.
That's
Value
exactly.
added, man. So
Rudy,
now
how can someone
somebody
be
thinks,
part of this?
sorry, come again?
I said, how can someone be part of this?
Man, I mean, it's simple. It's so simple. If you want to be part of this, go anywhere. Like if somebody's probably sharing this video with you, or if you're watching it on social media or YouTube or anything, text me, tell me more.
Mhm.
Tell me more at the, you know, on the comments of the media. If you really want to get, if you want to get more, if you want to learn more about this opportunity, say tell me more. If you want to get a boomerang, just request for a boomerang.
That's
You
right.
know? Request for a boomerang. If somebody shared this with you, get back to the person. Of course, they have more information to share with you about this opportunity, because we are out there to help people change
Right.
their lives. We are out there to make people make financial decisions to enhance their lives to different levels.
Right. And this is how easy it is to give out a boomerang. I've given out 10 this morning.
Wow.
Every one of those came from a request on social media because someone checked
Absolutely.
us out.
Wow.
And guess what? If that person gets it and sits on it, I have an expiration date on it, and if they don't activate it, guess what? That boomerang
Right back.
back to me, and some other lucky person is going to get it.
Absolutely. Look at it. Today I'm actually going to a New York professional event.
Right.
So it's a New York professional event. So guess what? I'm just gonna go out there and just bless people with a free boomerang.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, I can only imagine how good a customer feels knowing that they saved money. I mean, I feel good when I save money. I do.
I live for that. I doubt that I ever buy anything at retail price anymore, because I know there's so much savings out there. Why would I pay retail price for a hotel room when I know I can save $20, $30, $40, $100 a night on a hotel room? I can stay at 5-star hotels for 3-star prices.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah,
that's truly incredible.
It really is. It really is.
There's nothing like this, man. You know, I just love doing this with you, Bart. I love doing this with you.
I can't wait for tomorrow, and I certainly can't wait for Saturday. Viewers out there, you make sure you get the word out, because Saturday is going to be incredibly special here.
Absolutely, absolutely, bro. You know the promotion's going on. Get to work and let's get this done.
Let's get it done. I'll see you tomorrow, Rudy.
Absolutely. Boom.
Boom. Boom.